Gender.
Gender.
We are living in a time of a gender revolution.
In my mind, I don't categorize my thoughts as or my thinking pattern as feminine or masculine.
Traditional thinking about gender roles are becoming a distant past. These roles are becoming challenged through advancements in science and technology. Identity is no longer clearly defined as either male and female. Recent events, such as Caitlyn Jenner's transformation, are spearheading a new wave of feminism focused around eliminating all in a heteronormative society, which is coined post-gender.
In the last century, the critique and breaking down of gender stereotypes has become a major focus in many areas of art. Touch and Tap Cinema was a performance piece by Valley Export from 1968 to 1971. Export would wear a box around her torso and invite men and women on the street to feel her bare body through the curtains. This work criticized the objectification and sexualization of women and provoked a moment of reflection as she stared into the spectator's eyes. Guerrilla Girls are a group formed in 1985, whom all members were girls and wore gorilla masks. Wearing gorilla masks allow them to stay anonymous, stressing that it is the idea that matters instead of the human reputation. Wearing masks raises the awareness that comments on society, how we put so much stress onto faces and their reputation that we get obsessed with them instead of the idea that they represent. We can all be Guerrilla Girls and still be a strong group, because it is the idea that outshines what people look like in the style of clothing.
5 years have been protesting discrimination in the art world against women and artists of color. We also have expanded our work to deal with images of women and people of color and discrimination in the world of popular culture, politics, and also Hollywood.
In 2014, Always, a tampon company, released a campaign where they gave people a series of actions and told them to do it like a girl.
First thing that comes to mind. Show me what it looks like to run like a girl.
They were later told to reflect on their own actions, making them question why it is that their actions are what they perceive as what all girls do. As they journeyed through this, the audience also journeys with them, provoking a change in the way we perceive women as genuinely weak and flimsy.
Why can't run like a girl also mean win the race?
Today's landscape is still deeply stained with modernism, a movement that was shaped through predominantly a male perspective. Traditionally and historically, men have occupied places of high power, whether it be in an office or president.
But where do these gender stereotypes begin? In the early years of a child's life, when the brain is still developing at a rapid rate, they are very heavily influenced by the people around them and the various media they are exposed to. Gender stereotypes are often developed at a very young age, predominantly due to their widespread presence in a variety of children's literature, TV shows and films, as well as the roles of their parents in society. Whilst the prevalence of these stereotypes has decreased in recent years, they are still very common and have a large influence on today's children. The major factors in children's books and films that have an impact on a child's view of gender roles are the inequality in the number of males versus female protagonists and the stereotypical roles that the characters play. Studies over the past decade have highlighted the large underrepresentation of women in children's media, with some studies suggesting that the ratio of male to female protagonists are as high as 3:1 in award-winning picture books. The low presence of women in this media tends to give boys a sense of entitlement and decrease girls' self-confidence, relaying a sense of lower worth of the female gender. Whilst in some areas there have been improvements in this trend as gender equality has been more widely contested, other areas such as G-rated movies have not reflected this change, with studies showing that from 1990 to 2005, the male to female ratio held steady at 2.6 to 1. In 2014, France had the worst male to female ratio in film at 9.1 to 1, and Brazil had the best ratio, still with 1.7 men for every woman. Gender stereotypes have existed as long as the construct of gender itself, highlighted in popular media and marketing. Postgender is a movement that works to critique and eliminate these stereotypes and has become a major talking point in today's society, provoking new ideas and cultural change.
Okay, ready? Who's your favorite character, movie character? Why do you like Batman?
I already told you, he can fly.
No, you didn't. You never told me. Oh, why? What is Batman that you like?
Black.
But I thought you liked red and